Welcome to the Maritime Executives podcast series, In the Know. I'm Tony Munoz, Editor-in-Chief. Our Executive Corner podcast will provide conversations with top executives concerning events and issues that are shaping our industry today.
Hello, I'm Audrey Mejia, Assistant Editor at the Maritime Executive Magazine. And on this episode of In the Know, ABB's Global Head of Service, Roland Schwarz, joins us to discuss the logistics of running the company's global operations while navigating the challenges of COVID-19. Listen in.
Tony, thanks a lot.
All right, our pleasure. I was looking at your resume and I see that you have been, you've had many roles at the company and you spent 25 years with the company thus far. And the last, most recently as the Executive Director and President of ABB Turbocharging in Japan. And how long have you been back to Baden?
I have returned back to Baden in end of 2019, so I was lucky just to return back before Corona, and so I could safely return back home. So originally I'm Swiss, and I spent I would say the last 12 years I spent abroad in China and in Japan, and I was working there for ABB Turbocharging.
So tell us about your background and your career at ABB Turbocharging. It sounds like you've been very committed to the organization and you've led many of its programs. So please explain to us.
Yes, please. I joined ABB in 1993, and then 25 years ago, you're absolutely right, ABB Turbocharging in Switzerland. Opportunity to be part of a dedicated project team to negotiate and set up a joint venture with our Chinese partner. That was just before Lehman crisis, so very booming period, where we set up then a manufacturing, sales and service joint venture. And this organization is still today a fundamental element in our global service organization, in particular for the marine industry. And then I had the chance to work and live in China and later also in Japan, as you have mentioned also, Tony, to lead these two joint ventures for important markets for us for another totally, as I mentioned, 12 years. During this time, I think I realized even more the importance of knowing customer, building up local relationship, but also being able to quickly respond to local market needs, collaborate with customer partners, and understand the challenges that operators, but at the same time also front-end people are facing. And I think last but not least, getting a nice exposure to the culture, different cultures, and how we do business in these different cultures.
Outstanding. And what does the ABB Global Head of Service oversee?
Our mission is to offer turbocharging services that help our customers to be successful in their business. And for us, the key element are our people. And I can count on some of the best experts in the business and a team of fully dedicated people in our global service organization who hold trusted and enduring long-term relationship with our customers. And we want to support customers in master their daily operating challenges with the turbocharger products. In maintaining the turbocharger products at peak performance, planning the maintenance, and of course, the spendings, ensure operational flexibility, and supporting them also to master the challenges, the new emission legislations ahead of us. And with our service offering, we want to provide predictability, reliability, and of course, a peace of mind for customers globally and locally.
What industries does the group service, and how many offices and service stations do you have in the ecosystem?
ABB turbochargers are applied on large diesel and gas engines, on merchant marine cruise, power stations, gensets, large off-highway vehicles, onshore and offshore oil and gas application railways. ABB Turbocharging owns and operates more than 100 service stations worldwide in more than 50 countries. So it's our service stations which are managed by us. I think this is more than any other competitor. Our spare parts and inventories management system ensures a 98% availability, and we offer spare parts delivery to airport of destination within 48 hours out of our central warehouse here in Switzerland. All our roughly 500 service engineers are trained and certified with a Swiss quality standard training in Switzerland to ensure exactly the same level of services across the globe. I think that's about, in brief, what it means, ABB Turbocharging Global Service Organization.
How big is the operation itself? How many offices do you have worldwide?
So roughly 110 service stations globally.
Okay.
So behind me, you can see a map. Wherever you see a red dot, this is one of an ABB service station, which is owned by ABB. So we do not rely on a third party providers. It's our own organization.
Got you. How is the digitalization helping customers?
Yeah, I mean, Techcomar helps definitely customers in optimize the engine performance. So here we are really talking about the engine system where the turbocharger is a part of it, and this helps them, especially in the performance optimization, and therefore to reduce fuel consumptions. And finally, fuel consumption reduction means also emission reduction, and it helps them to optimize the performance of their engine.
So would you say it's a condition monitoring system as well?
No, it's not. It's not basically about the conditions, to optimize the performance of the engine.
I see. So the ability to help customers maintain their fleets at a higher level, is that the ultimate goal?
That is definitely also a part of it. The Techcomar fleet helps definitely the customers to maintain their entire fleet in peak conditions. And there we look at the engine. That's correct. Yes.
So how can ABB help ship owners boost efficiency and meet the IMO compliance targets?
I mean, we from ABB, we look at the entire life cycle, and it starts already when developing products in downsizing the product, and therefore also increasing the efficiency and helping customers to reduce the emissions. So with the new turbocharger generations, I think we have demonstrated continuously that we are able to increase the efficiency of the products, and that again helps definitely to reduce the emissions. And at the same time, what we do, of course, is we keep the turbochargers at peak conditions so that they are in an optimal operating mode, and that best efficiency, that helps, of course, to reduce the emissions. Furthermore, where we continuously develop our upgrade solutions, which help again to increase the efficiency and to reduce emissions with dedicated upgrade packages, either as a complete turbochargers or with component upgrades.
The global infrastructure, how does the company work with methodology of cultures? You had mentioned that that learning cultures and being a part of the culture was an incredible opportunity for yourself, and I'm surely the company. Explain that to us a little bit more in depth.
So we have a global organization, and we have also customers who act globally. Therefore, for us, global standards and processes are key in order to render exactly the same services to those customers in every service stations globally. And we have just kicked off a global ERP project, which enables or requires standardized processes that bring even more benefits, definitely for our organization, but also towards the customers for our dedicated tools and global in the global service organizations. On the other hand, we conduct the business local to local. So our salespeople know exactly the customers, and they develop the relationship, and they are very familiar with the local cultures. And at the same time, of course, they can rely on the global service network. So if the customer wants to conduct a service, especially maritime business, in a different country, then of course they can help them to bridge to the our colleagues in the other countries to conduct the service. So they understand then the local needs, and at the same time they can support the customers to delegate the service job and perform outside of the country. So I think with this setup, we emphasize a lot on the local to local, while we have a global organization available.
I think one of the things I was really amazed by, does Baden, Switzerland, do they manage all the inventory for the company?
Yeah, that's correct. You're absolutely right, Tony. We have decided, we have moving targets. So our customers, in particular in the marine industry, they are moving, and so we have decided to have one central warehouse, and then we optimize the logistics. So it means we have in Baden a central warehouse, and where we have 3 shuttles per day, and we ensure 98% availability and offer spare parts delivery to, as I mentioned, to airport destinations within 48 hours. And with this, I think we can ensure global availability of parts, which is much better than having a decentralized warehouse, because you always have then the parts in one location.
Okay, so what happens in a global customer service emergency? I know you're open 24 hours a day, 360 days a week. Kind of give me the process. We have a problem, and it's in, let's say Singapore or something of that nature. Let's go. Tell me.
You just call us. You just call us. No, in the best, normally our customers, they know the telephone number of our local experts, because we build already on a relationship, but of course you can also find us in India. But in ideal case, you know us, you call already the service station manager, and I can give you just an example how that works. So just last year in October, we got a call from an Italian ship operator who called our Naples service station at 11 a.m. and because they faced an engine failure at the cargo vessel while they were going to arrive in port of Catania, and they informed us, hey, by the way, I have an engine failure and the turbocharger is also impacted, but I need to leave tomorrow morning. And then of course the local organization is in Naples. That's not right in Sicily, but they immediately checked on the availability of parts, and we had some parts available. We arranged then a shipping to Sicily. One of our service engineers rented or took a truck and drove to Sicily, while we have then arranged people from Genoa and from Venice, where we have 2 other service stations, and immediately arranged 2 service engineers also from there. And they arrived timely in the morning in Sicily, went on board with the cartridge while the vessel was then leaving at the port of Catania, because in order to save time, the service was performed while the vessel was cruising, and our technicians made also a general assessment of the turbocharger conditions of the others and ensured best performance. While they were arriving in Brindisi, the job was then completed, and our service engineers disembarked and the vessel continued its route as nothing happened. So that would be, of course, a success story and an ideal case how we can help a customer. But best thing is give us a call, and we know we have expertise on the turbochargers which are applied on the vessels. We know the history, we know the specification, and we can check the parts and service engineers availability.
Well, the next question, it has to be obvious. How does COVID-19 impacted your 24/7, 365 staff over the last 2 years now, it seems like?
I mean, the highest priority was and still is to support customers in their operations, and at the same time to protect both the health and the safety of our customers and people. So we have developed, together with the customer, safety concept to ensure that we can serve, we can do the maintenance. So for instance, what is needed to access the site? What is needed to conduct the service? How can we mitigate the risks? And I think what we learned, there is even more to ask the customers and discuss with them and understand what are the different requirements, because it's not the same, and every customer has different requirements. which allow us to access site. And at the same time, of course, our service engineers as well, they need to feel comfortable to go on site. On the other hand, face-to-face meetings are often not possible, but I think all of us developed concepts and solutions, new ways of working and connecting with customer by collaborating remotely and having regular discussions virtually. Of course, it helps if you have met before, but I think we have also all learned that this is possible. What we also conducted in the past, we conducted technical trainings and interactions with customer face-to-face, and we had to learn that we can also conduct technical webinars for customers, but at the same time also to train and qualify our service engineers. We have learned that it is possible to bridge for some time also with virtual trainings. I think we have learned how to do this. However, I think we are in a relation business, and I think we all look forward to meeting with customers, partners, and of course our people in the global service network as soon that is possible again in the near future. Because I think that's exactly, we are human beings, and there I think the personal interaction that is, I think, very, very important.
No question about that. No question about that. So your service network is pretty defined and it runs pretty efficiently. What is the next development in global service as you see it?
I mean, in our case, it's very clear. We continuously review and adapt our service network to the market needs. If there are new markets opening up, we try to be there to support our customers. If there are consolidations, we adapt, we adjust. I think that's a continuous process we have been doing, and we will continue. I think in the past, it was clear we did a lot on transactional business. We see a clear move towards service agreements with customized, with tailored solutions to fit exactly the customer needs. That means, is it about availability? Is it about performance? Is it about financial predictability? And so I think tailored service offering based on a deep understanding of the turbocharger will definitely continue. And I think a new focus area and the new area we are trying to develop is that we enhance those agreements with so-called smartly enabled service. So operational data will help us in combination with physical assessment to assess the maintenance intervals in order to move towards more flexible maintenance, in order to reduce downtime for the customer. And I think, therefore, again, the financial offering, the service offerings with financial predictability is a clear direction we are going towards. And at the end, it's about managing risk. I think based on data, we are also able to take over more risk because it enables us data insights of the customer's operating profile, and I think that will help us also the customer in doing their business better.
Well, I have to ask you, you've been around the world, you've been operating with your company for 25 years. If anybody knows the industry and the business, it has to be you. Do you have any final words for our audience who has become very dependent on the name ABB Turbocharging?
Yes, I mean, as you may know, that ABB has decided to exit the turbocharger business. What I can confirm, we will be there. We will continue. Our strategy is in place, and we have a clear intention to continue this business and serve to our customers and support them as a next step, definitely in the decarbonization in the industry.
Outstanding. Well, Roland Schwarz, Global Head of Service for ABB Turbocharging, thank you for your time. We appreciate what you bring to the table and your leadership in the industry. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tony. Wish you a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to In the Know, the Maritime Executive Podcast. We hope you'll join us again for our next exciting industry discussion. In the meantime, you can visit us at maritime-executive.com for top news on critical maritime issues.